Okay, coming back with the video. As you can see, since I've swapped out my 16 gauge 4mm balls to the 14 gauge 6mm balls, as you can tell, my cheeks has swollen again. It actually feels like I have went and just actually got them done. It doesn't feel like something simple like they told me it would be. It hurts. It really do hurts. I mean, like this one right here, you can't even see it. Like I have to, like once I push it through, because it's now the inside of my cheek has a dip where the press from where the flat piece is pressing on it from the last one. Now that these are tighter, it's really like that flat piece now keeps getting down in that little dip, and when it gets down in there I have to push it out, because if I don't push it out, my skin is inside of my cheek is going to continue to try to grow over it, and I don't want that, because if that's the case then you have to get it surgically removed, and I don't want to have to go through that. On this side is also starting to get that dip as well, but I think it's only because it's swollen. This side has always been my problem child. This side has always been okay. But as you can see, even just without me smiling, my cheeks are swollen. And just that quick, I had to push it out because it had went back down in that little dent area. So throughout the day, I'm constantly pushing it. The good part is, since the ball is so big, I'm not touching my face around this part while it's, if I haven't washed my hands or whatever. But it is swollen. It's swollen, and it's a little painful. It was to the point where I literally had to take some ibuprofen today, and I normally don't take any medicine since I've had it done, but it really feels like I just got them done today. I mean, the other day, versus having them for 4 months and nothing changing. But as you can see, my cheeks are definitely swollen. But I just wanted to come back and let you know of the progress as far as switching them out. I know I haven't been very active in making these vlogs, but I do want to just try to make them more often, so that you guys can actually see. When I got mine, I really I wasn't even thinking about it. I think I was going through a midlife crisis. I had just turned 41, and I was just like, I just wanted to do something. I didn't know what. So I thought about it on a Thursday the week before. I went on a Wednesday and got them done. Did not do any research. Did not do anything. So I really just didn't know anything about them as far as the whole process of how long it takes for your cheek to heal, the kilos, different things like that. I didn't do any research, so I didn't know what I was up against. But I knew that if I was going to get something, I wanted to get something that don't many people have. You don't see them a whole lot, but when you do see them, it's like, oh, those are cute. I haven't seen any of those around. But when I went and got them, after I got them, I didn't really notice, because they told me to take ibuprofen before I came, so I didn't notice how the pain would be, or the swelling, because I had already took the medicine an hour or so before I got there. But after getting them the next morning, I don't know why my lips is so pink out there. I don't even drink or anything. Maybe it's, I don't know. That's weird. But anyway, little things kind of like get my attention really fast. But anyways, when I came, see, it gets down in there, and it really do hurts to get it out, because it's like the way the way it feels, it's like there is the skin around like a topper part, and then down in it is a little dip. So when the whole flat piece get down in there, You got the top part that's coming over it, like how a phone case covers your phone. And you have to literally push it through it, like out of it. So it's more like if your cheek is, if you're piercing your cheek again or something. I don't know, but it's hard to explain. But if anybody has went through that before, they know what I'm talking about. But so a few days later, I was told I couldn't eat anything for 10 days, like anything hot or anything hard, due to the fact when the swelling starts going down in 4 days, then you don't want that long bar to get in between your teeth and you bite down on it and it hurts your teeth or it breaks your teeth or something, or crack them or whatever. So for the first 4 days, I only did like protein shakes, milkshakes, ice cream, didn't eat any solid foods, yogurts, different things like that. And then the other 6 days, I still didn't eat any like hot foods or anything. I didn't start really eating a lot of like major hot foods until like maybe the third week, just to be on the safe side. I waited until on that, I think it was like 2.5, maybe 2 weeks. I went on and then I got the bar switched out to a shorter one. So when I got the shorter ball, that's when I went on and started eating, but I was still doing my protein shakes. So most of the time I was filling up on protein shakes and like milkshakes and ice cream and stuff. But it helped because I kind of lost some inches or whatever, so that was a good thing. Then I guess about a month or so ago, I went and got a shorter bar. So when he took the other ones out and put them in, before he put them in, you could see the little dimple forming. But it also had a scar from like a scar just from where it was at. But after you put them back on, they really look good. You can, when I smile, you can see them. You can see where when I smile like this one kind of like goes away. But with the ball being smaller, it really goes away. So I wanted bigger balls, and with the 16 gauge, the biggest ball you can get is 4 millimeters. That's not really big. It's really, really small. So it's not something that's huge like these, but you can notice that they're there if you're like close up or something. And I wanted the bigger balls, like this size or the 5 millimeters. I wanted it noticeable. I wanted to be able to see it. These right here are very big, so you can definitely see those. And then when the sun or something light shine on it, it really makes it glitter or whatever. So I ordered from bodycandy.com a bunch of like the 14 gauge bars, a bunch of the replacement balls. So I bought 4 bars and it came with the balls, with the 6 millimeter balls. And then I just ordered a bunch of replacement balls, like 5 millimeters and 6 millimeters size. So that way, once I got the bar in, all I had to do then was just switch out my balls. I didn't have to do anything extra, change the jewelry out of none of that. But when I got the bar, and the 14 gauge, it doesn't say if it's a long bar, short bar, it doesn't do any of that. So when I got them, they were actually too short, because when the guy that did it, he was pushing them through the hole, because I tried to do it, I couldn't do it. So I had to literally take one of the Libre bars and just stick it in from the outside, and I had the flat piece right here just so the hole wouldn't close up. But when I got there, so he fixed it to where the ball would go on there. At first it wouldn't. I think I had to get more 14 gauge longer ones or something. But now that they're on there, he always say don't mess with it. But like I said, my cheeks are really swollen, and as you can see me doing this, they're swollen, because I shouldn't be able to do this and you see the dimples. But I mean, overall, I've grown to like them. Most people ask me, did I get them for the dimples? I'm like, no, I didn't really know anything about the dimples. I literally think I was going through a midlife crisis. And the reason I said it is because I don't know why I got them. I couldn't tell you why I got them. I just got them. I don't know. And other people ask me, well, when your dimples form, are you going to ever take them out? I'm like, no, because if I got them, I might as well keep them or whatever. My face look weird. I don't know why it looks like this on this camera. It's like I don't know. It's like my color is weird or something. That's weird. I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. I just noticed a lot of things and my skin looks discolored for some reason. But anyway, so my goal is to get my cheeks to go down. So I've been doing some soaks and I've been using mouthwash and using sea salt, non-iodized sea salt. Morton has a really good fine sea salt. It's in a nice little blue bottle, whatever, blue container. You got the side where you can sprinkle and the side where you can pour the whole thing out. And I just use some good non-alcohol mouthwash. A lot of times I go to the Dollar Tree and get my mouthwash, but when I first got them done, I was literally going to Walmart getting their brand of whatever kind of name brand or whatever, but it was a Walmart brand. But overall, I like them. Before getting these shorter ones, I actually forgot I had them in my face because you don't notice them after a while. They literally, it goes away where you don't notice they're there. You only notice it when somebody say, "Oh, I like your cheek piercings," or "I like your dimple piercings," and you forget that you got them, and you're like, "Oh, okay, thank you," and then it's like, okay, but other than that, it's just a normal routine. You just do come home, do your normal little soaks, and then you might do it like before you go to bed or early in the morning, and then you do your mouthwash. But you have to keep them clean. If you want successful dimple piercings or cheek piercings, you have to follow instructions when it comes to the piercer. If he tells you don't eat hot or solid foods for 10 days, do not eat hot or solid foods for 10 days. If he say don't drink any alcohol for 10 days, do not do that. Do not smoke. Anytime that you have went through a phase where you're just getting them, or like I did, I went to a bigger size. So literally when he pushed the 14 gauge through, because the hole was smaller, it popped. So he really stretched that hole to get that 14 gauge through, and it popped. And I heard it when it popped and went through, to the point where this is like you just now re-getting them done. Like you are just getting them done. It's more in depth. So with that being said, whatever your piercer tells you to do it. Because if you want to see successful dimple piercing, you want to make sure that you don't have any issues. You want to make sure that you don't get the keloids, different things like that. You definitely want to follow the instructions. Do not try to do something just because you feel like, oh, it's fine. That goes for, it takes about a year or so for your inside of your cheek to heal. The outside can be healed, but the inside. So if you are a person that loves to kiss with your mate or whatever, you may want to hold off, because if that person is going through something or whatever, you definitely don't want it to get to you. So these are like having an open wound, like when you cut your finger or something. So you definitely want to just make sure that you're doing everything that you need to do to keep them clean, make them stay the way they are. Don't, do anything to make them irritated, infected, anything like that. Now, I've noticed when I use my makeup, when I put my makeup on, I notice when I use powder foundation, it does irritate it really bad. It's like, now that these bigger balls on there, I don't know, because I haven't used any powder on them since I've had them on there. But when they were the smaller balls, I noticed that the powder dust would get down right there by the hole, and when it got right there, I noticed throughout the day it would make them drain or they would leak or whatever. But if I just use regular foundation, it doesn't do it as bad. But now that's another thing you have to get accustomed to: the leaking from the skin, dead skin cells, the limps, saliva, whatever. You'll notice if you're eating something, you'll notice that you'll have